Skyrush is very problematic. You have people that love it and call it one of the best coasters in the world, and then you have some people that can't stand it because of the restraints. So today, I've decided to fix that. I'm going to redesign not only Skyrush's restraints, but the whole coaster. I'll give a few models that I think will fit, as well as a wild card that I would just love to see at Hersheypark. Also, I know you're probably thinking, wow, Real Life Coasters is so smart and he's so good at thinking of video ideas. First off, I'm not smart, look at my science grade. And second off, this isn't actually my video idea. I got this idea from Jake Coasters, who redesigned Red Rocket. So go subscribe to him, link in the description. Anyways, I want to keep this coaster realistic and have it fill some gaps at Hersheypark. But here's some rules before I begin. Number 1, I have to make sure it's built by the manufacturer that has worked with Hersheypark before. Number 2, I want it to fill the same purpose as Skyrush, that meaning this coaster needs to be intense and have airtime. And number 3, I want to use the plot that Skyrush is on now, which is going to be a challenge because this coaster doesn't have a lot of room. So without further ado, the first option I thought of for a reimagined Skyrush was an intimate Blitz. I'm kind of looking at Taiga for inspiration with this one. Hersheypark could use an Ellison launch coaster, and the fact that Skyrush is over the water would make for a beautiful top hat and even a Mosasaurus roll opportunity. Also, I found out that with how small the footprint of Taiga is, you could fit 2 in the space of Skyrush. I'd also probably keep a more generic theme similar to Skyrush, calling it something like Rush to pay homage to the original coaster. The only problem with this is that if they did close Skyrush, they probably wouldn't want to work with Intamin again, so they could go with my second option, a Nugent Vekoma. Now, if they did choose this, I would think they'd probably want to go with a lift hill, and knowing how tight these coasters are, they could probably do a smaller version of Skyrush's first drop and turn to once again remind people what used to be there. This coaster would also be unique not just for Hersheypark, but for the US, as we haven't seen many Nugent Vekomas yet. I would also love to see some great path interactions with this coaster, because of how picturesque it would be. My only problem with this model is of course the fact that we haven't seen anything like it yet in the US. I'm not sure Hersheypark is ready to take that risk. But a little less risky of a coaster is the third option. That being a B&M surf coaster. We've seen Hershey work with B&M numerous times, and they seem to have a pretty good partnership. Also, the surf coaster was a huge hit at SeaWorld Orlando, and the fact that this plot of land is over the water makes for a perfect setting for a surf-type coaster. You could also have the launch where the lift is now, and then an overbank right up near the pathway. I've also heard that Pipeline has some awesome airtime, so that would fit the criteria nicely. Okay, now finally for the wild card. Now, although I couldn't see this happening in a million years, I'm gonna say an RMC T-Rex for this option. You know, if one ever gets built.